I'd like to bring the meeting to order. And the first thing I'd like to do is ask the Reverend Mitzi Johnson from who's the minister for Trinity Methodist Church to please do our invocation. If everybody would please stand.
Just there we are. All right. Well, in putting together this prayer for tonight, I am inspired by a hymn, "O God of Every Nation," that was written during the Cold War by a former prisoner of war and veteran of World War II who was also a Methodist pastor. Let's pray. O God of every nation, people, and land, with your mighty hand redeem your whole creation, including this little corner of your world here in Southport, where mistrust and fear divide and where we sometimes come at one another with suspicion and bitterness. We ask that you guide us into love and mercy. Oh God, when we search for wealth and power and scorn truth and right, when we place our trust in tools and ways that lead to division, when we fall prey to pride and blindness, we ask that you deliver us, that we may do justice and love mercy and walk humbly before you. Lord, strengthen all who labor for the good of your city, including these good people before you in this place. Give us all hope and courage, and keep bright in us a vision of days when conflict will cease, when hatred and division give way to peace, and when truth and justice reign. And we pray this in all of your holy names. Amen.
We'll now do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to read the ethics statement. If any members know of any conflict of interest or the appearance of a conflict of interest concerning matters on the agenda, please so state at this time. Not seeing any. The first order of business, ma'am, is the public comment.
I have none.
Wow. All right. On the agenda, I will take a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I'm going to ask for a change in the agenda to add a closed session at the end of this for a legal matter. I could have a motion to that effect.
I would like to make the motion to approve the agenda with a closed session at the end.
Is there a second to that? Is there any conversation?
Yes. As an amendment, I would like to remove items 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 from the agenda.
No.
No?
I don't think you meant 1 and 2.
Oh, right, sorry. Item 3, which was public comment policy amendment. Item 5, conflict of interest policy. And 6, city alleyways. No. Second?
I think we got a motion on the floor already.
But,
Well, we got one motion first.
I know,
okay, but we have to get a second for the amendment. And you consider the amendment before the motion. Am I not correct, Noah?
We had a second.
To the motion to adopt the amendment, the agenda. My amendment is
You're
to
asking for,
remove.
no, you're
something.
asking for a friend. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're asking for a friendly amendment
Yeah.
to the amendment.
Okay,
That would be, you'd have to ask Alderman Kelly Does she want that friendly amendment attached to her amendment?
Alderman Kelly?
I think we've got a short meeting tonight and we've got these items on the agenda already. I don't see a reason to remove them at this time.
I didn't.
I said,
catch
I
everything.
think we've got a short meeting tonight. I don't see a reason to remove these items when they're already on the agenda at this time.
Discussion still? Yeah, okay. First, public comment policy. We brought this up at our last meeting, and now we are at this meeting, which is this board's last meeting before next month, when we will only be considering the old business, and then there will be the swearing in of the new members of the board, and the old members will still be here, or the existing members. I think that it is wrong to saddle the new board with a policy that we have adopted at the last minute or that we have rejected. This is going to affect them. We're not, there's nobody even spoke today, so there's very little chance that this even touches us, but it is going to be the policy that the new board and mayor have to follow. So I think we should leave it with them. Same thing with the conflict of interest policy. And the same thing with the alleyways, which I believe are part of the closed session discussion. Am I correct?
The closed session is to discuss a matter with the lawyer.
Okay,
Okay. The comment about the conflict of interest is not a new policy. It's this policy that went into effect in 2022. In February, I'm just bringing it to people's attention because there's two important matters that may have been overlooked in the past on this conflict of interest policy. It's not something new. This, two people, or one person on this board right now did not vote on this, but the rest of us voted on this. That's all I'm talking about. And there's a big HR part of it that I don't think we've ever implemented.
anybody else want to talk?
Well, I mean, I support the amendments that Alderman Davis spoke of. I think, one, the alleyways, we have directed staff. We had a special meeting back October 28th. We directed staff to manage that for us and notify us if they need something from us. So neither one of these items have any collateral information that we could prepare for other than we've all made assumptions about why they're there. So I support Alderman Davis's request to remove those three items.
My only point is I'm not arguing the other two. I'm just saying that this one is just an informational piece. There's an HR issue here that we have overlooked. We've overlooked it for a couple of years now, and we need to address it. And so I just want to bring it to everyone's attention.
Well, it would have been helpful to have a summary page so we could have prepared for it. That's my point, and that's why I really don't want to be part of a discussion that I haven't prepared for.
And I think the new board and mayor should be the ones that go over this. It'll be good for them to hear it and discuss it, and then, and not us. I am familiar with it, so I don't see why this needs to be on our agenda tonight. Our last full meeting together.
No, it's up to you to decide whether you want them to do another addenda, motion, or do you want to go with the one that you have?
I'd like to vote on the one that we have, and if they outvote us, then we can go. And she can make her own motion.
Correct.
You repeat that for me.
Sorry. I have a motion and a second. I don't want to amend my motion, so if we can vote on it, if we get outvoted, then a new motion can be on the floor.
Repeat the motion.
I move that we accept the agenda with the closed session at the end.
Is there a second? Frank, do you second that? Okay. Is there discussion about the closed session? All right. All in favor of the amendment, please say aye.
Not the amendment, the,
I'm sorry, the agenda change. Okay. All opposed?
No.
Okay. So there's no closed session.
Now, that's not what this was on the agenda, accepting the agenda.
So now we still got to accept the agenda, but they need to make the amendment.
Okay. So that has failed. So my motion is to accept the agenda without the items 3, 5, or 6, and to add the closed session
For attorney-client privilege.
for attorney-client privilege to discuss a legal matter.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
the only piece on the public comment policy is about, on it right now is about the additional, or is it scenting?
I'm sorry,
Noise,
what?
in parts of scenting and noise making devices being prohibited. I hardly think that this board would have any heartache over going ahead and adopting that.
I do think we can expand on it too, because there's other things that would. So when we get to it, I think there's additional things we can expand on as it relates to that.
Well, for all we know, the new board and mayor might want to put a 1-minute time limit on public comment. Who knows? I doubt that. But there are a lot of little things in this policy that really need to be looked at closely. And we've been requested by citizens to do that.
Any other comment? Not hearing. All in favor of the motion as is, please say aye. Any opposed? It is 4-1. The first topic on the agenda is a community update from Chief Corey.
Good evening, Mayor and Board and citizens. I just wanted to come before you. It's been almost 2 months since our unfortunate mass shooter incident, September 27th. So I felt at this point getting caught up. I wanted to just brief you as our elected board and our citizens as to our response. I know you probably had questions asked of you, as have I. And I'd like for Chiefs Drew and Treadway also to join me. Y'all can spread out over here. Y'all come on. Chiefs Drew and Treadway. So just wanted to have the folks here that were our responders along with a multitude of other folks. But these are the immediate responders to the scene that night. So on September 27th at approximately 9:30, Southport Police Department faced an unprecedented event for our city that would shake the entire community. A mass shooting incident reported at American Fish Company. In the face of chaos, uncertainty, and overwhelming injury, members of the Southport Police Department demonstrated extraordinary teamwork, coordination, critical thinking under intense pressure. They managed to handle a situation where life safety was not possible to ensure, and coordinated resources to ensure the suspect was caught before it turned into a prolonged manhunt. And their actions in their first few minutes alone determined the ultimate outcome of the incident. In minute 1, the initial dispatch of the incident came from a caller working at American Fish Company advising shots fired in the area. It was the first call of an onslaught of calls to start providing additional updates to responding officers. In minute 2, we recognized the incident was an active shooter-assailant shooting from boat into American Fish Company. The incident was then upgraded, triggering enhanced response, awareness, and additional units. As information coming in from multiple callers, Southport Police was updated. An initial shots fired call was then updated to an active assailant incident, and dispatch had confirmed multiple victims and that this would be a mass casualty incident. 10 phone calls came in during the first minute alone, exceeding our 911 center's capacity. The calls did not stop. In minute 3, Additional calls were received and people on scene advising more people down. In that same minute, Southport Fire and EMS began response and standby protocols until the scene could be deemed safe by law enforcement. An additional caller stated that a suspect was possibly on a boat and had fled to ICW toward Morning Stars Marina. In minute 4, Southport Officer Burris arrived at the scene. His calls continued to come in, including a description of a boat and a better direction of travel. This information was dispatched to incoming units. In minute 5, 3 additional calls came in as Southport officers and BSL units backed up and arrived at the scene and continued to update our dispatch with victim counts, conditions, which continued several minutes as additional PD units were arriving and en route. EMS and fire had been staged in the area, and in minute 7 was requested to proceed into the scene. In minute 8, it was confirmed that the Coast Guard had been contacted, as well as Brunswick County Sheriff's Office Marine Patrol units for their assistance. Also confirmed that dispatch had notified Air League helicopters would be on standby. EMS, fire, police units continued triaging multiple patients, to include 1 patient in cardiac arrest, while additional units from the police departments secured the area to protect responders, patrons, and overall scene. Once all patients were cleared of the scene, a crime scene was established that would carry over until 8:30 on Sunday morning when units cleared. In the aftermath of this event, I want to highlight and praise our responders, as I witnessed their many acts of bravery and heroism, quick and critical thinking skills, and the effectiveness of their training, which I credit to preventing a further loss of life. Some key things that I want to point out and highlight tonight are, in the initial chaos, officers' response and arrival into an extremely chaotic scene with the unknowns of the shooter, the many people fleeing, and the extent of victim injuries, compiled with the unsecure scene, which complicated the immediate response of EMS and fire units. I want to give a special acknowledgement to our 911 dispatch system. Our telecommunicators are truly the first responders. They started getting these calls, and they were triaging calls and sending things out over the radio. So I really want to highlight their efforts getting responders to the scene and their quick actions to notify Coast Guard and other units outside of the normal response. The next thing I want to highlight is the rapid and decisive response. In review, I praise our responders, law enforcement, fire, and EMS for their swift arrival and immediate action. Within minutes, being mindful of an active shooter situation, entering the scene quickly to neutralize threats and save lives. Life-saving measures. Our officers used tactical medical skills, such as applying tourniquets and providing aid before EMS could safely enter the scene, which proved crucial in saving lives, to the extent of some officers performing CPR. Later switching gears to protecting overall fire and EMS responders as they entered the scene to continue rendering aid, removal of patients, all while protecting the overall integrity of the crime scene. Effective command and coordination. I can't speak on this enough. The seamless coordination between multiple agencies, police, fire, EMS, our local, state, and federal partners, and activation of mass casualty plans for efficient operations. I credit this vital partnership and training. Several key things that happened that night that were going on behind the scenes. Our neighboring agencies were a tremendous aid to Southport Police. Chief Morris with Oak Island Police, he could not be here tonight. Chief Kevin Smith is here behind me with Bowling Spring Lakes. Major Chris Sasser with the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, and our direct agent with the SBI and the director of SBI calling. And again, our our 911 system and telecommunicators. These were all critical roles in getting things going once we saw the magnitude of what we had going on. The 2 chiefs coming in, one helped me directly at the scene, was like my right hand. The other chief, Chief Smith, came in from a greater distance and was our operations out beyond the greater scenes. So I just want to credit and especially thank them. The overall response included 80+ law enforcement officers, to include first arriving Southport and BSL units backing up, supported by a combination of our 12 county police departments, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, United States Coast Guard, Marine Fisheries, North Carolina Wildlife with their watercraft, NCSBI, ATF, and Highway Patrol. Our district attorney and medical examiner's office, units across the county, including neighboring New Hanover County and Wilmington units that I found out later that stopped every intersection through New Hanover County to get these patients to the trauma center in Wilmington. At one point in the investigation, we were actively working 4 crime scenes. Later, the fact that Chief Morris had came over to assist me, and then the boat and the truck being located in Oak Island's jurisdiction really, again, helped streamline operations. We received help at the initial crime scene from our area ministers and Brunswick County Sheriff's Office chaplains. And while at the scene that night, as it drew into the morning hours, Sunday morning, I received calls and texts from across the state to include our SBI Director Hawley, North Carolina Highway Patrol Colonel Johnson, Governor Josh Stein, Representative Miller, and representatives from our FBI, just to name a few. Calls continued from across the country into the next several days from police chiefs and representatives from across the country. 30-plus fire and EMS personnel units responded from Southport Fire, County EMS, and Sunny Point Rescue responded to handle the scene with professionalism and care under extreme circumstances. I can't speak enough about Chief Drew and Chief Treadway remaining on the scene long after the incident was under control to handle any tasks that I needed to help us set up command posts and to move patients and survivors and victims around to help us streamline our initial response and things that we needed. Our public information officer, Ketchum, who was also behind the crowd, I want to thank her for her immediate response as well. The quickness and efficiency of her to send out which I found out later, I didn't even realize it had been sent out, but pretty much a shelter in place to our citizens. That was very crucial and very helpful. And again, the next several days and weeks to handle the multitude of public information requests and media needs for the several weeks to come. I really appreciate her assistance as well. Training validation. I feel strongly that the response to this incident is a testament to the value of regular active shooter drills and training, which prepared officers to act under extreme duress. Our agency, along with many other partner agencies, regularly train for incidents such as this. I say all the time that, failing to train is training to fail. The lack of proper preparation, practice, or training is a direct path to failure. I'm very proud of the response and handling of this incident. We just had a multi-response drill last week at Southport Elementary School for lockdown drill procedures with our staff and our neighboring agencies and with our sheriff's office. Officer wellness has been and continues to be a priority for us in our office. Responders were debriefed days after, then follow-ups continue. I'm thankful to the many local and state agencies who continue to reach out offering counseling needs, some free of charge. The Billy Graham Rapid Response Team with chaplains were a tremendous aid to our responders and community, as well as our local churches and ministers. They continue to call and check in with us. The Billy Graham chaplain called me this afternoon, just checking in with me to see how I was doing. They've been a tremendous help, our local ministers as well. We have an after-action review scheduled next week to discuss our response, strengths, weaknesses, and next steps. An after-action report are crucial and critical after crisis response to analyze our performances, identify both what went well and what could have been improved, and document lessons learned and strengths for future response, which I hope we never have. They are vital tools for improving operational plans, trainings, policies, and coordinating and highlighting successes to replicate and shortcomings to address throughout specific actionable recommendations. We continue offering our condolences to the victims, their families, survivors, and community responders and employees of American Fish and the Frying Pan. We receive and continue receiving support from our community and area agencies. During the incident and after, I could not be more proud of our citizens and our community and our surrounding communities. The night of the incident, some of our residents responded to the scene, offering any kind of help that they could. Some staying with our victims, praying with our victims and their families and injured that were there, and with the employees and workers. Some offered their homes. People needed a room or somewhere to shelter down for the night. I received many calls and texts offering prayers and support throughout the night. 30-plus citizen groups, restaurants, and local folks have been provided food and stuff to our officers, which, we don't expect that, but it's great that we have such a loving community. They know there's a lot of long hours. They flooded our office and I know the fire department as well with food and things that we needed. And as you heard earlier this week, thanks to the continued support from our community in the many areas, Southport Cares received approximately $242,000 in support of those that were affected, and that money's already been returned and given directly to those affected. I want to also recognize the workers and staff at both American Fish and the Frying Pan, as they've been through a lot, and they continue to push through after tragedy. Manager Craig Blanks and staff, I appreciate all that they did and continue doing, and Edgewater as well, their neighboring restaurant. They opened their restaurant up to us and allowed us to use that as a partial command post to move victims and interviews and things to be done that night. And that carried on until early morning hours. In closing, I want to address restoring a sense of safety throughout our community. This has become a top priority for me right now. Restoring a sense of safety after crisis is crucial because it is fundamental for mental and physical recovery, and it builds community resilience and allows people to return to a sense of normalcy. I feel this can be best achieved by addressing immediate needs, rebuilding social connections, restoring routines, and providing accurate information to reduce anxiety and support long-term healing and community well-being. As many have already seen, Southport Police has and continues receiving support from our area law enforcement partners. We're blessed in Brunswick County to have 12 police departments as well as our Brunswick County Sheriff's Office. Some of you probably have seen Ocean Isle Beach, Shallotte, Boiling Spring Lakes, Leland, North Carolina Highway Patrol, Oak Island, Ballhead Island, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, Highway Patrol, United States Coast Guard, Marine Fisheries, and NC Wildlife all continue to support us in ways. Several of our agencies have watercraft continue visibility and high presence on our waterfront. That'll continue. Their support is much appreciated. Something I continue saying is we cannot let this incident define us. Many have called me and asked and still ask for additional police presence across our city as many events are scheduled and along our beautiful waterfront corridor. So after the incident, I put in a request from additional agencies across the county under our mutual aid agreements, and many have responded, as I've mentioned already. Increased police presence after a crisis is important to me and for our community because I feel it can deter crime, help restore a sense of safety and confidence, and provide a rapid response for any ongoing issues. Visible police can deter criminal activity. I want to reassure our community that we're still a safe community, and even in crisis, we'll rise through this and we'll pull through together. I can't say that enough. And in closing, the resilience and dedication demonstrated by all involved will not be forgotten. We continue to be grateful for the unwavering support of our community and as we heal and move together as an agency. So I appreciate your attention tonight. I felt, again, that it was appropriate to, as things settle down, to brief you and our community. The investigation, I won't go into a whole lot of detail on that. The suspect was due in court again this morning, but that's been pushed to I think it's January, late in January. But we continue to have meetings with our SBI, FBI, ATF, our state and local partners on the investigation. It's in a good place, and we feel very comfortable. And everything is coming together fairly well. I continue to stay in contact with the victims and their families. Again, Southport Cares has been vital in trying to provide support to them. And I recently attended a gathering with those folks and was able to meet everybody that was there that night. We were all in the same room, and it was very, I think it was heartwarming for them and us and me to, to see eye to eye, out of tragedy and where everybody kind of is now. And they're very supportive, they're very appreciative of our community. Several of them have asked me to relay to our community that they are very, very, very thankful and overwhelmed by the support from monetary to just calls, love, and prayers. So again, I just wanted to brief you tonight. If you have any questions, I'll be willing to try to answer those. And again, I just wanted to have the officers that were there stand before you tonight, because a lot of times you don't see all of our officers and a lot of people don't know them by name. We work permanent days, permanent nights. So some of you may see them on days. A lot of people don't see our night owls. So, but this is the folks that save lives and we're first in. So again, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll let y'all go back to work. So
Thank you, Chief.
you got it.
The next agenda item is the cancellation of the December 2nd regular Aldermen meeting. Mr. Manager, would you like to handle that, please?
Yes, so our regular scheduled Monday meeting, which is December the 1st, in an election year, the board has not traditionally held that meeting the first Monday. State law does require the new members to be sworn in at the first regular meeting, which would be that Monday meeting, which I think everybody wants to wait till Thursday for that. And it's normally a light agenda in December, so I would just advise that we go ahead and cancel that December 1st Monday meeting.
I would like to make a motion to cancel the Alderman's regular December 1st meeting.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any conversation? Not hearing any. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? It passes unanimously. The next agenda item is the concerns related to the developer's tree burning. This has to do with Indigo 2 and what they're doing over there. They cut a path to build their first road, which means they knock down trees to build up a road. It appears, the last time I walked it, is that they are keeping to their statement that they are not going to clear the trees on the individual lots. At least they have not done that yet. And it was clearly just a roadway. There's a large rectangle at the very end of that, which is a retention pond they're going to put in. The state has requested that they put it in earlier than in days gone by because it helps with the runoff when they're doing the construction. Because of the number of trees that were taken down and because it was in the county property in the city of Southport, there is not a burn. They can't burn the trees. They are allowed to burn the trees. On the first day, it got so bad that I am told that there were concerns about having the kids go out into the school playground at the elementary school because the smoke down there was so thick, and it was very thick down there. A call was made to Chad Paul, who's the representative of the owners of the property, the Mitchells, and he went into motion to try to stop it. The second day, it was not stopped; it was continued. So I made another call to Chad about that, and he assured me that they were going to stop the burning at least through December. What happens after that, I'm not sure. This evening, I was talking to Chief Drew about this, and he made a point that all the citizens should be aware of, that if who actually has control, other than the county, is the Department of Environmental Quality up in Wilmington for air quality control. So if they start burning the trees again and the wind is blowing and it blows over somebody's house who's got asthma or some other medical issue, or it comes over the top of the school, and they don't want to have the kids go out and play it was literally flakes of burning trees were coming down. They weren't hot, but they were coming down. That you can call the DEQ and they can come down and they can put a halt to the burning should it happen in the future. Right now, they're hauling the trees away like they would have to do in Southport, but that's I'm not sure how long that will last afterwards. And that's my input. Does anybody have any questions of me about it? Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I got a call as the head of the POA out there that said, I'm aware of the burning. It's okay in Brunswick County. It ain't okay over here. I've told them to come up with a way to get rid of your garbage. You're not going to burn it out there. It's creating a nuisance. We don't like it. Get rid of it. He said, I'll give you my assurance. It's not going to happen again. So, yeah, it's
Well,
just good.
we can only go day by day until to see if they do it, but we now have another avenue that both the city and individual citizens can all call DEQ because of their individual medical concerns. So I just wanted to put that out there, that anybody can call out there and ask them to come down and check it.
I thought I was going to have to buy a new phone. Mine was blowing up.
I think we all got those type of calls pretty constantly, and I know you had a particular interest in dealing with this with your kids at the school. It seems to me that the best approach would be for the board to, as a board, ask the county to consider a no burn, no debris burning law. I don't know if they've been asked about this. You would think that they would, because the people in BSL have really complained about this a lot, and the people around Leland. But if they haven't been, it's time for us, I think, to let it be known.
I think that would be great for us to do as a board. I do, however, know that it's brought up at public comment at the county planning and the county commissioners meetings regularly. And it does not seem to be something that they're interested in exploring further.
So our best bet may be DEQ in the future. And you may want to think about having it a two-pronged attack, not only the citizens calling, but the city calling as well. Any other comment? All right. Committee reports. Frank, do you have something on ABC?
ABC Board met on Tuesday, another strong month. Mixed beverages were down a little bit, and that can be directly attributed to the disaster we had down in American Fish. But other than that, it was a very strong month. The store continues to perform very well.
The next is the manager's report.
I have some committee reports.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Beautification Committee, this past Saturday was the monthly scheduled Beautification Committee cleanup. Projects included painting the columns on both gazebos, touching up the stain on benches, and painting the bases of 12 lampposts at Waterfront Park and the City Pier. Volunteers finished the construction of 6 benches for use at the community building. Again, utilizing the lumber that was donated from that movie set. In conjunction with Parks and Recs Advisory Committee and the maintenance staff, over a dozen beautification volunteers worked this past weekend to enhance Franklin Square Park, pulled vines and removed dead branches from azalea bushes, painted the Franklin Square Park entrance sign and posts, and assisted in the layout and planting of new shrubs with Parks and Rec staff along the Howe Street Park wall in front of the entrance sign and to the left of the main entry. In addition to all of that, the Beautification Committee started this week preparing for Christmas, starting with prepping the tree panels for the Whittler's Bench holiday tree, checking light bulbs and replacing 300 old and faded berry clusters on the 50 sailboat wreaths, and prepping trees for Franklin Square, Keziah, and Cavaniss Parks. The next committee meeting will be Monday, November 17th at 5 o'clock at the Indian Trail Meeting Hall. And because of all the Winterfest holiday activities, there will not be a Saturday morning cleanup in December. Get ready, Christmas in Southport is coming. I also want to give a shout out to the Forestry Committee. The Forestry Committee invites citizens to make nominations for recipients of the coveted Tree Champion Award. Recognition as a tree champion is for those individuals and organizations whose activities demonstrate exceptional consideration for maintaining our distinctive urban forest. Some examples include designing or placing new structures to preserve new mature trees, replacing removed trees with more and or larger size trees than required, educating others about tree care and maintenance, or donating to the purchase of trees for planting on public property. The Tree Champion nomination form can be found online on the Forestry Committee page on the city website. Currently, the Forestry Committee is in the process of compiling locations for the next annual tree planting project. As a reminder, the Forestry Committee will meet this month on Wednesday, November 19th at 5 o'clock at the Indian Trail Meeting Hall on West Moore, and the public is always welcome to attend. Thank you.
I have a question for Alderman Mosteller.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
There's a tree decorating contest. Who's doing that, and where are the trees?
The garden club?
Is that the Garden Club project you're talking about? It's the Garden Club project, and I believe it'll be in Franklin Square Park on, what is the date of that? Yeah, or you just, yeah, sure.
What trees?
It's she's with the Garden Club. She'll be able to give us the whole skinny.
All right.
The Garden Club is going in with the city to do a winter festival of trees. And it's not, folks register to bring in their own decorated trees. We don't have the trees. They provide everything. So there's no, it just encourages creativity. The size of trees, the theme, whatever they want to do. They register with us, and we're going to lay out, kind of have a landscaping plan, so to speak, of the trees, so that we've got tall ones and small ones. And there's capacity for 60 trees in that park as far as the outlets go. So we're hoping this is the not first time we're doing this. It replaces the candy cane party down at Keziah because we busted the seams of that park with so many folks that came over 4 to 5 years. So we're just starting this out instead. So it's just kind of the registrants provide everything, frankly, for it.
Are there prizes?
There are prizes. Thank you for asking, Madam Davis. We have a People's Choice Award where folks will vote for their favorite tree. And there's a award, I call it bragging rights with that award for a year. And there's a gift certificate to a local restaurant that goes with that for the prize. Registrations are open through the 24th of November and they're $30 a piece. You can do that on the Garden Club website.
Are there any other board members that have a committee report they want to make? Okay. Manager report?
Yeah, just a few items here. Today and tomorrow, HDR Architects, who are the architect firm for the Old City Hall Courthouse projects, are in town this week to kick off the project. So staff had several meetings with them today and will be tomorrow as well to kick off that project and gather information as we go forward with that important project across the street here. Our long-awaited weather tower on that project. The weather tower is now in construction and fabrication in the shop. So that's estimated to take a few weeks there in the shop. And then hopefully by the first of the year, they will bring those big pieces here to the lawn to then weld them together on the lawn. So that long-awaited project coming to completion as we go forward in the next few months. And then just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving in 2 weeks. And that's all I have.
The next topic is the mayor's comments. I really don't have any comments except to thank the chief and the fire department for everything they've done on our big event. And I really don't have a lot of words just to express my gratitude to how everybody worked that night. With that, Mr. Manager, these other staff reports from the police department, code enforcement, and the others, is there any that stand out that should be denoted?
There is not, just the monthly reports from each department. So
Yeah.
nothing particular to highlight.
All right, board comments, Alderman Mosteller?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I spoke with Representative Miller this afternoon, and he let me know that the Speaker of the North Carolina House has created a new committee to deal with mental health issues, involuntary commitment, and to address public safety. This is in response to several tragedies across our state, including here in Southport. Representative Miller attended the first meeting of this committee today and delivered Southport's resolution urging for the expansion of mental health services for veterans and others in crisis and consideration of common sense prevention measures, which would allow family members or law enforcement to intervene when someone poses a danger to themselves or others. On behalf of our community, Representative Miller gave each member of the committee a copy of Southport's resolution and said in the future there will be opportunities for us to join him in Raleigh in support of these issues. So I'm really grateful for his work.
Alderman Carroll? Alderman Davis?
I'd like to thank the Reverend Mitzi Johnson for a very timely, beautiful, and moving invocation. You get invited back.
Alderman Kelly?
The staff shared with us and the county shared, there is a new way to track development in the county. It is on our county website. You can see what is actively in build out, what is being applied for, and where they are in their build out. So as we look down the 211 corridor and you go, oh, what is that? Even if it's outside of Southport's jurisdiction, there is a way to now go online and see that and see how many homes are coming in and where they are in their build out process. So I just want to mention that. And Mo did share that with us as a board, but they announced that at the last county commissioners meeting last month. So just wanted to share that.
Is that where we got the social media, the 11,000 homes that have already been approved on 211?
I believe that is where those numbers came from. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Just one thing, send out thanks to Chief Drew, Chief Coring, for all that was you guys did when we had that unfortunate incident. Several years ago, we had a debate on whether we wanted to have additional EMS. Do we want to fund it? You know, we talked about a 4-minute response or 8-minute response. That situation there is why you have a 4-minute response. I don't know if we did it, and if it helped, it could have, but that is a perfect example of why you do it. You've got to have it. That's what, you know, if you don't do that, people can possibly die. So it costs us a bundle, but in my opinion, for whatever that's worth, it's worth it.
I now consider a motion to go into closed session for the purposes of consulting with our attorney.
So move.
Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous. We're now in closed session. I'll entertain a motion to come out of closed session.
So move.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Not hearing any. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Has a motion and a second. Is there any conversation? Not hearing any. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous.